Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to DreamHack Montreal 2019. This is the third place match between Evil Geniuses and BDS Esport. There's about a $2,000 prize pool difference between third and fourth place, and we're going to be casting that while the grand final is going on. I'm Sternab, and joining me once again is the lovely Spartan.
And the lovely Sternab, yes, the comment or the compliment that you were searching for yesterday has been returned.
Well, we wanted to talk about the map bans a little bit, but it looks like we are now getting into the game. Our first map of the day is going to be Consulate here between Evil Geniuses and BDS. Now, a little bit of background here. We were informed by the DreamHack director that EG didn't really want to play this match, so they probably will troll a little bit. It depends. I mean, 2,000 prize pool difference probably sounds like a lot, but I think to EG, like the whole hope of them winning the whole thing, that was the real prize for them, and getting the spot. The money probably doesn't mean as much.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in EG's position, you're on a prestigious org. You're not really worried about something. I mean, it doesn't sound. It's okay. It's $2,000 may sound like a lot more than it actually is, but when you think about it, $2,000 split between 5 players and potentially an org's cut, it's really just probably doesn't mean much to the side of EG. It may mean more to BDS. So with that being said, EG may not be going as hard. Their hopes and dreams were shattered when they did not actually finish the tournament in first.
Yeah, so we might see a bit of troll going on here. We do see the first bans coming out here. And Evil Genius is opting to ban the Clash, which is kind of interesting. Capital ban's kind of standard, but BDS with some weird bans of their own, Valkyrie and Thermite. I think the Valkyrie ban does make a lot of sense here, especially if you think that they're gonna troll, right? I do think they're just gonna start jumping out windows every left, right, and center. The Valkyrie ban definitely does make a lot of sense. So I'm going to be getting into the very first round here, and we'll see how that is exactly going to be going down. And hopefully we'll synced up now, moving into round number 1 here. It's going to be console office, and it looks like EG opting to take the Cav.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
What do you
as they
think of this
can.
lineup?
Yeah, we see Necrox bringing out the Cav. We see Geo bringing out the Capcan. Two pretty uncommon picks. We said it going into this match, they might be trolling a little bit. You see Necrox bringing out the Cav. Definitely a little bit of a trolly pick, especially the first round of a map. But, I mean, when you look at the side of BDS, they have a pretty standard lineup going into this attack. I think we're going to see BDS take this match a lot more serious than EG. Don't get me wrong, I think EG's still going to try to win.
5 seconds left.
But I think that we're going to see a little bit more of these uncommon picks.
Attackers are
Yeah.
moving to defuse a bomb.
To be honest, I like a good Capcan pick. I think Capcan could be a really useful operator. We did talk a little bit about yesterday, that kind of like intel stuff going on. Like either you shoot the Capcan trap or you run into it. Either way, it gives off intel. The Cav on Consulate is definitely an interesting pick. It could actually be decent against BDS with the way that they push. Like they kind of just send Shaiko on his own. He gets really deep into the site. If you can catch him out on his own, it might be good. But as I say, it's Shaiko instantly getting the opening frag there onto NVK. That's going to tie things into the favor of BDS.
Pretty big pick, actually. I mean, when you look at it, it's the Mozzie. That's information and a Nitrocell off the board. So great pick on the part of Shaiko. We're seeing Necrox kind of locking down the spiral area. He's going into the lower garage now, but Shaiko just walking his way in, killing Geo. Renshiro with a kill of his own. Shaiko again on Odiga. And we're going to see Necrox with the kill on a Renshiro. That is the Zofia off the board, but Shaiko really just entering with Habana. Let me
tell you. Shaiko is just incredible. His movement and just everything. We didn't get to cast him yesterday, but from watching him on Stokes' channel, Shaiko is just, he just runs, he doesn't care. He just runs in and kills people.
On top of that, do you notice how yesterday who was he playing against on consulate that he was entering as Habana, and he's doing it again. Like he's entering as Habana, and he's just slamming people.
I mean, Habana's a 3-speed.
She is a 3-speed.
She got
Yeah,
the SMG. I'm not
she
against
definitely.
it.
It's okay. So she's got the speed. She's got the great guns. It's more so just the fact that you don't want to see your Habana die. But then again, it's a player like Shaiko who kind of just destroys everybody. The odds of him actually dying are pretty low. So maybe that's why they have him on the Habana. It's just interesting to see, is all.
EG with kind of, I guess, more serious picks here, I'm hoping. We're not seeing any cav picking coming up from them, so I guess we'll see how that does go down. If I'm being honest, I was kind of expecting more kind of like, you know, Tachanka and stuff like that. Maybe we'll get that later.
Maybe if they put a few rounds on the board, you'll probably see something like that. I mean, it's kind of looking like Gio's maybe going to go for a spawn peek here. Definitely a more normal lineup. He's going to put that Echo drone in the windowsill.
I call this the Gomfi strat.
The Gomfi strat, okay.
Yeah, now if you play Gomfi in ranked, he always does this, especially on Cafe. He'll always spawn peek with the Echo.
Looks like he's not going to be able to catch anybody there. Not sure if BDS is just completely staying away from that. Looks like they're actually going to do a yellow take by the looks of it. Everybody, you could see everybody on the rappels, one on the yellow rappel, one going to the skylight, one going to the CEO.
Yeah. When we say that BDS is doing yellow take, we mean that Shaiko is going to run up yellow stairs and try and kill as many people as he can.
Probably. Young looking for this player, but he's not going to be able to spot on that player. Actually, pretty smart, just kind of puts the pressure on the window by meleeing it, goes upside down. Shaiko getting the pick onto the smoke of all players. You see Necrox kind of on the middle of yellow stairs as smoke. Shaiko going to be taken down by Modiga.
See you later, Shaiko.
That's a big pick. I mean, that's the Habana off the board, and it's Shaiko off the board. So when Shaiko's off the board, everything just becomes, not to take away from his teammates, but it becomes astronomically easy.
Yeah, like, you know, Shaiko's really good, but also Panix has had a really good series as well. Like, he's had a really good couple of games. He's always trailing right behind Shaiko in terms of kills, and he's had a lot of clutches as well. Like, we've seen Panix in quite a few, like, 1v3s, 1v2s. He's done really, really well for himself. And, you know, not to take anything away from EG, they have done really well for themselves across the tournament, but it must feel bad for both teams being in this match, right? Because the prize isn't the money, it's the spot and the glory.
100%. If I'm on either of these teams, I personally don't even want to play this match. I literally want to just be kind of hanging out with the rest of the crew on the Sunday. I want to get back home, take a day off, and then I want to get straight back to the grind, figure out what I did wrong this tournament and why I didn't win. And I think that's the point that EG is at. I can't really say much about BDS. I feel like this match definitely means more to BDS than it does EG. EG looking to probably do what I said, you know, just kind of chill, go home, figure it out, move on.
So, let's move through into round number 2 and see exactly how it's going down. Just about 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Still a 4v4 at the moment, so still things looking pretty good for BDS. I mean, they still have a lot of utility left remaining. Panic's having smokes is good. RX is going to take off one off the board. There goes NVK. That's a Nitro off the board as well. Gio trying to get aggressive with things on the balcony. There is a Nomad charge. He's going to get blasted out by it, but that is going to waste it. And Show just get his entry, but instantly getting traded out by Young. Can get his double kill for himself on yellow. It's all down to Raphael to try and bring something in here as RX goes down to Gio to try and push in. Young rotating onto yellow, but this is the upside down repel on console. He's just going to save his life, and EG take round number 2.
Yeah, perfectly played by Young. Young was able to hold down yellow there. He got his double kill. You saw Gio hit the air jab, but the Nomad was actually not quite ready for that to be able to kill him in the animation. So Gio actually gets up from the animation and ends up getting the kill onto Raphael. And then you see the player on the outside.
He's not. His name isn't Raphael. It's Raphael.
Oh, it's Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael. Raphael. And the French community is going to start roasting me in a second here in the Twitch chat. I'm sorry, Raphael? I don't know. I don't speak French. Please, someone in the French community.
Rafale.
Rafale. Rafale. Okay. Thank you, French community.
So it's just it's
Okay.
Raphael without
Attackers
the
need
E,
to
so
locate and
Rafale.
Yeah.
defuse as many bombs as they can.
Oh, it's an actual French word. All right, we learn something new every day. Probably good that I learned that now before we cast it UCL.
Bomb
So,
located
getting
by
into round number
attackers.
3, we'll see exactly how things are going to start to go down. We're going to go downstairs. We're going to see a mirror shot in the garage. What do you think of this?
My clean feed just broke, so I'm gonna have to refresh. But I do like the mirror on the garage. I always feel like it kind of catches teams off guard
5 seconds remaining.
because they're just gonna go like, you know, hey, let's go open the wall. Wait, there's a mirror,
Attackers objective
and then
defuse a bomb.
you're getting peeked by a guy behind it. So it's kind of funny to see. This is definitely kind of like a meme strat coming out from the side of EG. It looks like. My clean feed just keeps breaking.
Yeah, mine does as well.
Oh, okay, I thought it might have just been me. Mine keeps pausing
Attackers have
and
located a bomb.
unlucky. I'll try to refresh again.
Okay, cool. At least you guys are having a good time here. RX trying to get in with his Switch drone, just trying to zap as much stuff as he can here. Getting 2 ADSs for his time as well. So we'll see RX just hanging out on the app and repels. Looks like Shaiko getting ready to entry as well for a top floor clear. There should be pretty intense gunfighting coming up here. Not a huge amount of utility usage here, but it's going to be the Young getting the first kill of the round. Panic's going down early on. This is not looking too good for BDS as they start to push out admin side.
I like what MVK is doing. I like how he's bringing the Mozzie, and he's able to deny a lot of drones into the projector room, which most teams, when they're doing a top floor clear, are going to try to drone pretty heavily. Make sure nobody's playing it. Modiga getting a nice shot on the Renshiro. MVK getting a bit aggressive. He's actually able to take down Shaika with his secondary shotgun. Now left in a 5v1 scenario. Modiga picking up Rafael, and Twitch left in a 1v5. Not looking too good for the side of BDS.
No, Modiga's going to take him down, and Evil Geniuses take round number 3 flawlessly. Looking very, very good for them here on Consulate. Also, I know that just people in the chat are complaining that it's in 1080p and they can't change it. So if you're not a Twitch partner, there's an encoding thing, and like you don't always get access to it if you're not a Twitch partner. So it's nothing to do with me. Like, it's purely a Twitch issue. I cannot do anything to fix it.
Sternab, you should be able to do everything and anything that
I'm
everyone
sorry.
in your chat wants, brother.
Yeah.
You need to please the community. Don't worry, everybody. Yeah, I don't have a solution either. So, moving into the next round, going to be going into round number 4. What do you think about this lobby lineup coming out of EG?
I like the ACOG. I'm not sure about the
Attackers
mirror.
need to locate and
I'm gonna
defuse
guess
bombs.
like they're gonna do bathroom mirrors or maybe mirrors upstairs. I'm not sure. The mirrors are really interesting pick here.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I don't think Gio knows what he wants to do either.
I don't think he knows. If you kind of
He's
see
like,
the way he's like
do
moving
I want
around,
to put it here?
here or here or here.
He just wanted to play mirror. He's like, yo, I need the vector. I guess we'll see what happens with that later in the round, but EG seems to be pretty heavy on holding the bathroom here with Modiga reinforcing benches and pretty much the entirety of bathroom getting reinforced. I'm interested where the second mirror goes down if he does actually decide to put it down
5
anywhere.
seconds remaining.
Looks like he put one facing into piano from the bathroom. Can't tell where he's putting the second. We see him roaming over towards the teller's side.
This is like E ranked versus NA ranked. Like, which is actually superior?
It's kind of what it's looking like at this point, especially with the way that BDS is trying to take, just kind of like forcing their way in. I mean, that's kind of what Shaiko does anyway, but from the side of EG, you can tell they're kind of just like coming up with random strats on the fly to see if they'll work. Like, all these reinforcements in the back, they reinforced all of back bathroom and then proceeded to also reinforce the back of the bench wall.
Well, EG still holding strong here. It looks like there's actually not really much vertical play you can do to get rid of that mirror in the bathroom. So it's actually like a really strong position. But RX has been pretty handy with the switch drone so far. Should be able to get this in here. There's the second mirror. But RX unable to find it just yet. Shaiko should be able to deal with it, however, with his Habana pellets. But Panics moving up onto Piano does manage to find Young. And Shaiko finds a kill of his own. And that's a double kill for Panics. And Shaiko as well. Both getting double kills of their own. It's all down to Geo in a 1v5. Let's see if he's handy with that Vector as he pushes through onto benches. Sophia's sons are going to come down. They're going to know where he is. And Ranchero will find the final round. Final kill of the round. As BDS take round number 4 flawlessly. Is this Shaiko ace like a meme or something? Like every time that BDS went around, it's like, oh my god, Shaiko got an ace.
He's just been fragging out this tournament. I mean, it's been 4 rounds this game, and he's got 7 kills already. He's just, if you don't see him top fragging, it's pretty weird to see at this point, and especially at this stage in the tournament. Looks like we're gonna see EG go back upstairs. What do you think of these lineups?
I think this is kind of like, this was the same almost thing they did last time. Okay, the Maestro for Castle.
Okay, he keeps them.
Hmm.
I thought he was gonna bring the Castle.
Like, if they had a mirror, it would make sense. But the Castle
Attackers need to
on
locate
its
and
own.
defuse bombs.
I really want to know what's going on in EG's comms right now. Like, BDS are basically bringing the same lineup every single round, and their attacks seem pretty standard in what they want to do. They seem to not be that far out for what they were doing in the other rounds. But EG, yeah, as you said before, it seems like they're kind of just coming up with stuff on the fly. It's interesting.
I mean, it's interesting to see in a LAN environment too. I mean,
Yeah.
if EG doesn't know what they're doing, BDS doesn't know what EG's doing. So
Sure.
it could end up working. I'm definitely curious to see the lineups that we're gonna see when EG gets to attack. If they're gonna bring any like wild operators, like maybe a fuse or something.
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
But this is a pretty standard lineup coming from the side of EG, or from both sides, like we said. NBK getting pretty aggressive. Oh, he's gonna try and do the same peek that he kept getting killed by. He actually gets one from it. That's Shaiko off the board. Huge pick for NBK. He, who was it? Was it Romulus from
Romulus.
Supernova?
Romulus with the MP5K on mute, and like the most ranked spawn peak I've ever seen in a LAN match. But yeah, no, he picked up 2 kills from that.
NBK, he learned something this tournament, decided to use it, and now Shaiko pays the price. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. Looking pretty good for the side of EG. That's the Habana off the board, the entry fragger off the board. Still a lot of utility left to be used, though, for the side of BDS.
So, round of 5 overall, still looking pretty good for EG, I would say. Bringing Shaiko off the board, and of course the Habana off the board early on. It's a hard breacher down, and should be able to hold on quite well. EG, of course, are going to know this because the thermite is, of course, banned. Should go well.
Breach start active.
Okay, so see some repelling coming out from BDS, and they're just trying to get quick control of the windows over here. Rafale could be give an easy kill onto Young. It's going to be a 4v3 now. That's the Legion off the board. I'm just going to remove those Legion mines. Smoke's going out early on onto the connector windows. Panic's trying to get control of the balcony. Ranchero droning out for his teammates and making sure that no one can flank. But Geo is going to be on that flank. I think that Geo really should be going up Spiral at this point, I would think. Since he knows that they've got those south windows controlled. Probably admin control as well. But Necroc still holding strong onto Projector. Maybe pushing around onto admin. Oh my god, the Claymore doesn't get him, but he does manage to find Ranchero. Nice shotgun played by Necrox, but he's very, very low HP right now.
Pretty good positioning coming out for the side of BDS. You have the gridlock on top of the balcony. He's able to kind of throw his stingers all over site. You see they're kind of blocking the Visa door. Not so much the connector door. Modiga's moving up long desk, trying to get that flank position if they try to push in. You're going to see the smokes come out from the side of BDS. Geo looking for the player that hops in, but not able to catch him. Nomad on the connector rappel holding Geo. This is not looking good for EG. Looking very good for BDS based off positioning, but Geo laying down some shots into the gridlock. Taken down by the Twitch. BDS winning the round. Nice double.
Great double kill here from Art. see in a second here how that happened. Dealing with Geo, trying to play around that shield on long desk, but 2 taps from RX coming out. He should secure those 2 kills with a nice French flag on his gun. I'm sure his French fans will appreciate that skin.
I like the execute coming out from the side of BDS. They definitely use their utility properly. You had the gridlock throw down or stingers kind of block off a couple of the rotates on the side of EG, and then you saw the smokes come out. They hopped in the windows, and then Twitch was ultimately kind of able to just kind of swing in sight and finish off the last 2 players. So they didn't actually go for a bomb plant, but nicely played from BDS.
Okay, so it's Rafale, and apparently means gust in French, or like blast.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Okay.
defused by attackers.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Making sound effects. We do it all over here on this stream.
Well, yeah. Sometimes there are sound issues, and sometimes we do need to make sound effects. It's just part of the casting gig.
We see Geo bringing out the Mira on the basement. Again, we see an alibi coming out from Modigo. She does not really bring too much utility to the table. If you throw her holograms in front of a window, you can kind of get the other team to spray through a window, maybe identify a couple of operators that way. Her holograms may help a little bit in some situations where you're trying to roam clear and you kind of have your entry swing in and you don't exactly communicate which are the holograms, so you may kind of shoot 1 or 2.
Yeah, the other side of it is that RX has managed to be getting quite a lot of the ADSs inside with the Switch drone. So the Jaeger hasn't really been that effective in terms of gadget usage. An Alibi, you could argue, has a slightly better gun, plus she has that shotgun pistol to make quick rotates, which should be very useful in Consulate. So I actually like this pick from Modiga for those reasons.
Definitely not a bad pick by any means. I mean, a gunner like Modiga is definitely going to use her gun to its full potential. It's a fragging gun for sure. High rate of fire, very low recoil. She doesn't bring too much utility to the table, but you're going to see the smoke get tagged. That's Necrox down to about 15 HP. Good shots coming out from Rafael, but not able to finish out the kill. But 1 more bullet. Necrox is going to be taken off the board, and that is the smoke player. You're going to see the Mira strat coming in from EG on the middle of the garage with a soft wall on the left side. So they're actually able to kind of swing off of this Mira if there's any players playing that aggressively or moving up pretty close. If they actually try to open that wall from a distance, they'll be able to see where the Habana is, maybe swing on the Habana, but we shall see. We have actually Shaiko entering upstairs, taking down Mo. Necrox with the refrag on a Panics, though. The gridlock off the board, that's huge. That's smokes and stingers off the board for the side of BDS. MVK with the run out. He doesn't get the kill. He actually dies to the Claymore.
That is a 200 IQ Claymore from Renchiro.
That really is. I would not have expected there to be a Claymore there. Maybe, I mean, maybe they had a drone on him early in the round. Maybe they knew that he was kind of going to go for that and that he would try to go for that vault. But nonetheless, that was like a 250 IQ Claymore for sure.
This mirror is also open as well, so Young should be able to play this very, very close angle here. Just about a minute left to go on the clock. BDS really have to think about how they want to push the site now. Shaiko still on the board, so still able to be push in here and do what he can. Barbed wire being hit on yellow here. 50 seconds left to go on the clock. They are at a man advantage. BDS have everything just about going with them. It's like he tried to Habana the really deep mirror, and it is going to be Habana, but Shaiko goes down to Geo. And now it's a 2v3. Young and Geo left remaining, but oh my god, the concussion coming out from Renchiro. But Geo is going to go down to RX with a pistol whip. Comes all the way. It's all down to Young, holding down into security to see what he can do. Watching onto yellow. But it's all coming in. Renchiro just gets deleted by Young, who's still holding on. 20 seconds left to go on the clock, and Young is just still holding down the site. That Alda, very, very powerful indeed. Waiting for someone to try and push the backside. Rafael going to go for the plant of the diffuser. Young trying to push up on the pipes, trying to see where the diffuser has gone down, but it's behind White Van. He has no sight line onto Rafael right now, and RX is going to go above to try and cover from the other side. Potentially for a rotate down yellow. I guess we will find out soon. Diffuser slowly doing its work, but Rafael, who doesn't wait for his teammate just yet, and he goes for the went for the rifle play. Oh, he
Oh,
saw the gun.
he knew
Ah.
exactly where he was based off of the character model. That's actually kind of funny, but smart play from Rafael to kind of swing on that, knowing exactly where he was, pre-firing it, closing out the round for his team. Going into defense for BDS, this is good. This is good for BDS. You are 4-2, and now you're going into your defense. It does not look very good for EG, but you are gonna see. You're going to see EG bringing out the Finka, the Blitz, and the Lion. Not quite typical for the side of EG. I had a feeling that once we got to this attack side, we were going to see some interesting operator picks. They're definitely bringing them out.
This is kind of more what I was expecting from EG.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
I definitely expected it. I'm kind of surprised that with the lobby hold that BDS decided, they decided to go lobby first, which is interesting. And then on top of that, they decided only to bring one ACOG. Now, I mean, Shaiko is like a hollow only player. That's not too surprising, and you're going to see him on the Jaeger, which is an extremely powerful fragging operator after he sets down all of his utility. Interesting setup how they're castling off the benches and reinforcing it, probably just to deny the player walking up that hallway kind of secretly. You saw Panics do it on the attack against EG.
Yeah.
So they probably don't want the same thing happening
I
to
think
them.
EG's going to take one look at this setup, and they're going to go and rush Visa. Because they have a cam bottom spiral, and he has a cam outside of Visa as well. And like their whole lineup really supports either a rush via yellow, a rush through front door, or a rush through Visa. I find rushes on Visa more successful, and there is a castle on front door. So I think maybe yellow's more kind of prevalent here, especially because benches is castled right now. And yeah, it looks like Gio's going to make his way through onto yellow stairs, going all the way through actually here, as Necro's still sitting outside. I think, like, we talked about this yesterday with Moringa sitting on the roof. Like, it's better to have your Lion player be really far back.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those play styles where, like, if you're playing ranked and you see a Lion outside the entire round and he gets kills, it's like, you're always wondering, like, why are you there? But I mean, we've seen it so successful over the course of the tournament that, like, if you just have a baiting Lion, it works most of the time. He has his utility, he can't die, and then he can kind of call for you whenever you want. We're going to see some players start to go down. Necrox actually gets a pick onto Shaiko. That's the Jaeger and the Fragger off the board. MBK picking up Rafael, opening up the back of the bathroom. EG kind of just collapsing onto this site. Renshiro above, though. Very good position for Renshiro if they do not clear him out, especially since the diffuser's down right there. He's going to take down Gio. Gio completely unaware of his surroundings. Maybe just hoping that there'd be nobody there. Not quite sure. Definitely a salvageable situation. You see Renshiro getting the double kill. Legion Alibi versus Zofia Finka. 2v2, 1 minute 30 left.
Yeah, Renshiro's still with a very powerful position upstairs, as we did mention. He can really cover the entire site from up here, and he still has that bailiff shotgun pistol to be able to make sure that no one can fly. Need to see the Finka from below, but Mo Digger not going to quite let him have anything. Like, yeah, oh, great reactions from Mo to be able to shut down Renshiro as he drops the hatch. It's all down to RX, but he can't find one. Mo Digger pushes him into Piano and takes him down. It's Evil Geniuses who win the first attack, and I know people might be like, oh, Blitz, Finka, Lion, oh, they're just running, like, meta, but there's no smoke. They're going Piano. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that supports, like, a really heavy rush like that. And we saw how successful that kind of strategy was for Liquid.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that the Alibi, after making such great plays, could have elected to drop the hatch in that situation. I don't know. Maybe he thought he could take the gunfight with the guy right underneath the hatch, but I mean, Mo had a really great reaction. We're actually going to see the Dokubi come out. We still have the Lion, but they are bringing a Thatcher in place of a Blitz.
Maybe a 6th pick coming out here?
Nope.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Pretty standard lineup. We're going to see the Mute. And actually, we're going to have a little bit more wall denial. They're going to have the Mute and the Bandit. Not sure if they're going to actually attempt to Bandit trick. With the lineup that EG has, they can't open the wall. They don't have Albana. They banned the Thermite, so the only realistic thing they could do is maybe bring a Maverick, but they did not 6th it. So it's looking good for BDS before the round even starts in terms of that everyone on EG is just going to have to funnel from one way. They're either going to come Spiral Stairs, Visa Stairs, or down through the Yellow Stairs. They really have no other options.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah, no,
Attackers
I
objective
would
is to
definitely
defuse a bomb.
agree with that. I don't know, like, I'm thinking overall, it is kind of hard to tell if EG's like trolling or they've just like figured out the way to counter BDS's defenses, because it's kind of like heavy rush, not allowing people to maneuver. We did talk about like Coastline as being one of those maps where if you're not allowed to maneuver, it's very, very hard to kind of play around an attack. So Consul is kind of like that as well. I mean, especially with the way that BDS has been playing. Like, we saw like a lot of people rotating around and going upstairs to try and cover the site.
I mean, if you look at it, I don't think you see a single player of EG on drones. It looks like they're kind of just face checking everything. And I don't know, maybe they're just playing this match to have as much fun as possible. You're going to see Shaiko take down both the Lion and the Thatcher. That's a big double kill for Shaiko. That's the EE1D off the board, and EMP's gone. They have no way. They have no way of clearing any utility, really. Any meat jammers or bound charges.
Area of the drone hole as well, as Shaiko is saying, such a powerful position to fight onto yellow stairs. Even if you had been droned, it's very, very hard to deal with a player there unless you've got nades, something that EG is not bringing. Don't forget that Dokkaebi doesn't have nades yet, but Panic's going to be waiting for him at the bottom of Spiral, and Shaiko picking up his 3k on the round onto NVK, all down to Mo to try and bring something in here for EG, but it's a 1v4, not looking likely, but he does have the oh-so-powerful F2.
The sword of 1,000 truths. If any gun can do it, and any man can do it, it is Modiga. Put the F2 in this man's hands. It's pretty scary. I mean, it's not looking like a winnable situation, but if you can manage to find all the 1v1 gunfights, it is. But a team like BDS, it's definitely going to be hard to find those without having a crossfire.
Also, if we are saying this is a ranked match, then people who have faced Mo in ranked know that he is literally the king of ranked.
Yeah, he's scary. He's him and Fultz are some scary ranked players.
He's going to be pushing down and seeing quite a few rounds of that wall, waiting for the pre-fire, but not going to be given the opportunity for a kill. BDS playing very, very safe right now, not giving the opportunity for a clutch to happen whatsoever. BDS really looking for their first defense win here, but RX looking for the wall bang here from below. Renshiro holding onto the backside, but it's going to be Mo who picks up the first kill of this clutch. Shaiko goes down. And now it's looking like a 3v1. Now, much more possible for Mo to bring something in here, but Panic's having a very powerful position on bottom spiral here. Mo's going to be forced to rotate to yellow. Looks like Eric should be able to cover that position as well. Mo desperately trying to push down here. A great long angle from Renshiro. Something that he's famous for. The BDS are going to take round number 8. Look at this.
That's such a beautiful angle. I love the use of that angle from Renshiro. Nice try from Mo. He is able to get the one kill, but ultimately, I mean, when you look at that long angle, it's pretty hard to win unless you know exactly where he is.
Something as well that, you know, like Renshiro, if anyone watched Extreme Video Esports last season in CL, they used to do this thing where they would hold the bottom of, I think it was like pantry stairs, and they'd have that angle onto red stairs, and it's like such a long angle for Renshiro to have, and he would just get so many kills off of it. He's like I mean, he is like the classic Blackbeard main, like back when Zyronic and Peng used to play Blackbeard. He was also one of those classic Blackbeard players, so he's like one of the best angle holders in the game. Might not be a great entry, but if he's holding an angle, you bet he's probably going to win that gunfight pretty much every single time that someone beats him.
Seeing 11 frags coming out from Shaiko, not too surprised. 8 rounds into the game. Yeah, Mo on top, fragging as Twitch. Not too surprised there either. Yeah, we're going to see a Frost pick coming out from RXWD.
The Frost is definitely interesting. I think it actually works in a way that, because of how EG is pushing, they're just like, as you said, they're face checking everything, they're not really droning, and they're just kind of running in with the Lion charge behind them. So, great opportunity for a Frost, like Frost, Kapkan, Legion, those kind of operators do really well against rushes. So we'll see how this is going to be continuing to go down. EG not looking too good here on Consulate so far, and as I say, it panics instantly, but the spawn peak is going to take Young off the table. It's already the IQ off the board. Not a huge pick, but it could definitely affect how effectively this Pulse can now play.
with the IQ off the board, the Pulse definitely is going to feel a lot more comfortable. And when you're playing against EG in the current state that they are, meaning that they both teams have been knocked out of the tournament. This match isn't really for that much. There's not that much on the line. The IQ's off the board. They're not droning that much. The Pulse can provide just so much information freely.
And there's ball peek from Shaiko as well, all the way from the balcony. Just managed to find that nice juicy angle here onto the line. Going for the random wall bangs, trying to get someone who is trying to push in through the lobby. And we'll see how it's going to go down. But it's going to be Mo with the first kill from EG side. Managed to trade it right back onto Panics, onto Spiral. And this is just gunfights after gunfights after gunfights being found. Oh, I like this by Geo. He breaks the bottom 2 panels so he can crawl into yellow rather than making a lot of noise.
Starting shock drone.
MVK waiting patiently. Oh, he's going to lose the fight. Shaiko peek from the other side from long desk is going to take him down with a nice headshot. It's going down to Mo. He's going to TK Geo. That's going to affect the CGG. To be fair, you've got to... It's like, you know, the Russian tactic of, you know, killing anyone who doesn't succeed. You know, if they're down, they fail to push up yellow. You know, he doesn't deserve to play that the round. But Shaiko is just going to white peek out. Just take down Mo, and BDS take round number 9.
Yeah, I honestly think, and it's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I honestly think EG's just at this point, they mentally have checked out. And I think they're just trying to have as much fun with this match as they can. It kind of looks like they're just picking whatever they feel like. They're not really droning. They're just, it looks like they're having a good time. And that's not a bad thing, especially after being knocked out of the tournament. Your morale's kind of low. Kind of like, damn, we didn't win. We didn't do what we came here to do. So in a consolation match for 3rd place, it definitely looks like they're enjoying themselves. And then you just see the side of BDS kind of fragging out. I mean, you see Shaiko just constantly killing people.
Yeah. I mean, we did say at the start, like, this means a lot more to BDS than it should to EG, really. And I'm sure that BDS aren't that happy with the fact that they didn't get to the finals either. But this is probably a lot better than BDS were expecting to do. And also, the fact they're a Challenge League team, they're probably not getting paid anywhere near as much as EG are. Like, that $2,000 means a lot more. Because you don't know, it's $6,000 prize for getting 4th place, and an $8,000 prize for getting 3rd place. So this match is worth $2,000.
10 seconds to go.
So, we'll see how the rest of this does go down. It is a map point here to BDS. Don't forget, this was EG's map pick. And we're going to be going to Border next map, which is BDS's map pick. And then Coastline if we get there as our decider. To be honest, like, it hasn't seemed to matter whose map pick it is so far, because teams seem to be constantly winning the other team's map pick.
Yeah, that's been the story of this entire tournament. It literally seems like every time a team is like, hey, we're going to pick this map because we're so good at this map, it seems like they just drop the ball on their own map pick. But then they go to the other team's map pick where, you know, the other team's probably feeling the exact same way they were feeling.
Diffuser has been dropped.
And they win their map pick. But
That
was an interesting series of
Oh my god! NVK almost TKing there, but it's gonna be Rafael who just take a what a shot from NVK, taking out Ranchero, and it's all down to him now in a 2v1, and just what a cluster around the bottom of Visa stairs there. When everything was happening.
I saw the Jackal open the hatch, and then there was like 3 people peeking it from underneath the hatch. This is definitely an interesting series of events. Not really looking... I mean, the situation is winnable. It's a Zofia versus a really low Echo and a Mute. The Echo drones are definitely still going to be on the board for the side of BDS, so they're going to have that information on NVK. This is going to be pretty hard for him. You actually saw the Echo drone just kind of climb to the ceiling right there. It misses him. He's going to be trying to sprint through, but it looks like both players are prepared for him if he does try to make this play, but he's taken down ultimately by RXWD with a nice shot through the railing.
I want to see
the SMG-11.
This is great game knowledge as well to know that he's going to hold an angle like that. Really well played by RX. BDS are going to take the very first map, 7-3. And we're going to be moving on to Border shortly. BDS, 1 map away from an extra $2,000 in their bank accounts.
see Shaiko with 16
Shaiko's
frags.
16 and 7, bro.
I would just
Oh
love to
my
see the
God.
CGG for his entire tournament with like all the like every game combined. It's honestly just the man is
Oh my
a
God.
force
Like,
to be reckoned
you
with.
just can't argue against it. He is one of the strongest players to enter this tournament. Despite the fact that they didn't finish first, the fact they didn't get to finals, Shaiko, beyond any shadow of a doubt, has been one of the top fraggers throughout the entire tournament.
Yeah, and I mean, moving forward, we're probably going to see a lot more of him. I really don't think we won't. He's proved himself on land now. They came and they took down G2. G2 didn't even make it out of groups because of him. So, I mean, just moving forward, he's honestly got a really promising future.
I
For
just feel sorry for the other EU Challenger League teams because, like, Ranger brought this up on Stokes' stream yesterday, and I kind of agree with this point that you get into EU Challenger League and then you see how Falls performed, how Secret performed, how now BDS is performing, and you're like, did I really win? Did I made it to CL only to go against some of the top teams now in the world in Challenger League.
Yeah, and the crazy part too is like all those CL teams that you just listed at the end of the CL season, only 2 of them can move to Pro League.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, did you really win? I don't know, but you are. I always look at it this way: the best way to get better is to play against the best. And I mean, imagine being a Challenger League player and getting to play against those caliber of teams, and just learning and just bettering yourself. I mean, you just don't see that kind of caliber teams in like NACL. When you look at the NACL compared to the EUCL, it's kind of a joke. To put it plain and simple, it just doesn't stack up.
Part of me kind of wishes that DreamHack would, in some way, relax the rules for this particular game, and then we get to see the new operators. Because don't forget, next season Nook and Warden are going to be coming into it for like CL, so it could be good practice for BDS and for EG to play in like a proper comp match at LAN to be able to use Nook and Warden.
Yeah, I don't see those operators being too big. I mean,
Warden definitely not, but Nook definitely I think has his something.
I mean, when you put when you put Nook in the hands of someone like Shaiko, it might be pretty freaking scary. But I just don't.
Wait. There's an error in the overlay. Producer clearly isn't thinking straight right now. EG did not win the first map. It was indeed BDS.
It's okay. Our producer's trolling just as much as EG is.
Apparently so.
That being said, going back to the operators of Nook and Warden, I just moving forward, I don't see them making that much of an impact. When you look on our previous seasons, like let's just go back to Grim Sky. We saw the introduction of Maverick and Clash. How much Maverick has changed the attacking meta in things, like he gets either banned a lot or Thatcher will get banned, and you can bring the Maverick in place of the Thatcher, and that just completely changed things. And even running the Clash is just a huge strategy for a lot of teams. And then you saw the introduction in Burnt Horizon with Gridlock and Mozzie, and at first they kind of seemed a little bit, I can't think of the word necessarily, underwhelming. They seemed underwhelming, but as we saw them get introduced into competitive play and the way that teams were using them, they've actually become 2 very strong operators. So maybe we'll see that with Nook and Warden. Warden, I think, is very situational. I think that with the introduction of him, you'll see teams bring him when they, as an adaptation operator, they're not going to put him in their main lineup. But if they know that a team's going to take something a certain way with either smokes or flashbangs or Ying's Candelas, like, yes, Warden can be extremely useful. But I mean, when you think about the previous 2 seasons compared to Nook and Warden, they just don't seem as impactful as those operators.
Yeah, I think the big question behind that though is that a lot of teams haven't been scrimming with Nook and Warden because of DreamHack, but now DreamHack is finished. Now teams are going to start scrimming on a test server. Probably the more interesting change for next season though is going to be the secondary gadgets. and like the change there, like a lot less deployable shields being brought, but also the change to deployable shields themselves. Smoke not getting impacts anymore, I think is going to be a big change to how you hold clubhouse downstairs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the changes to the secondary gadgets and who gets shields, who doesn't, who loses what. I mean, we're gonna see Jaeger lose his shield and get a bulletproof, which is like, I mean, everybody always runs a Jaeger, and now they're gonna have extra information on a camera that can't be destroyed unless it's by melee or an impact or anything explosive per se. But that's actually going to be really interesting moving into this next season and kind of seeing how the meta will change. But moving into this map, we're moving into map number 2. BDS leading the series 1-0, one map away for third place finish for BDS. Evil Geniuses one map away from complete elimination.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose one way to look at it is if you win, you actually get eliminated, in a way. So
it's I mean, they're both teams are eliminated. It's more so, okay, I got third place, you got fourth. A little bit of a difference in terms of prize money, but not too much. And like we said, definitely means a lot more to BDS than it will EG. We're actually going to see a thermite smoke ban out of Evil Geniuses.
I'm really surprised that EG banned smoke. If anyone was going to ban smoke, I thought it would be BDS because of how good Necrox is at it. But the smoke ban is definitely interesting. I'm going to guess it's because EG want to run a lot of Finker here, and that's why they're running. Oh. Please, I need Renshiro as a 6 pick onto the Chanker there. He teased us with it. I really thought there was going to be a thinker in the lineup here from EG.
I think it's honestly, they're probably just like, it's a ranked game to them at this point. I think, like I mentioned earlier, I think they've mentally checked out of this tournament. I think they're kind of just trolling and memeing and having fun. They're having fun as a team. You know, they're all just,
dare they have fun in a video game?
I guarantee you they're all just sitting there laughing with each other, having a good time. Like, hey, we don't really want to play this match, but if we're gonna have to, let's just have fun with it. Let's just do some unorthodox picks. Let's do some unorthodox bans, and yeah. So you see them ban the thermite and the smoke. Maybe they're just gonna try to rush a bunch, and the smoke ban might help with the smoke or the rush.
I think maybe that a Habana ban might be more effective here, considering how much Shaiko runs that.
It might be. I mean, if you just ban the Habana Jaeger, it could be pretty scary. I mean, Shaiko's gonna kind of... I feel like Shaiko, it doesn't matter what he uses, but...
Well, like, because of the way that BDS play, I think that Shaiko has a much bigger impact on attack than he does on defense. Like, on attack, he has so much intel. People get it the wrong way around, I think, a lot of time. Like, people think that defenders get more intel, but as the round goes on, attackers normally have more intel. So, like, having an entry going up, like NVK is doing right now, straight up metal, doesn't even care he's getting Legion Mind. He wants a man fight right now. He's going to pull that out as he tries to progress up. Geo going to be trying to impact his way on, but it's going to be Shaiko with the very first kill of the round. Necros going to go down, but the trades galore be coming out right now. He's going to find EG in a 2v3. BDS looking very, very nice right now. Oh my god, Rafal with a wallbang and with a double kill right through Fountain Wall as well. He didn't even see any of these people. Wait, what?
Didn't see them. I believe he just heard the Legion mine go off and then immediately just knew that they were there. That was just a flurry of trades. I mean, we saw the kill feed kind of just go crazy at one point. We're going to see Young picking the fuse. I wonder if he's going to bring the shield or the light machine gun. You're not really seeing anything out of the ordinary coming out of BDS, right? Like, the lineups that they're running throughout both Consulate and now Border are pretty standard. The site picks are not too out of the norm, but when you look at EG and the lineups that they've been running, it's definitely been like, yeah, EG's just trying to have as much fun as possible. We are gonna see Young bring the fuse. I really want to see if he brings the light machine gun or the shield. I'm assuming that he's gonna bring the light machine gun.
You know, a lot of people count out the AK-12, but it actually has a higher DPS than the F2.
Yeah,
you
I
believe
mean
it or
the AK is actually like one of the best weapons in the game. I really personally I wish they would make Fuse like a 2-speed.
10
It's
seconds
2-2.
remaining.
I
well,
think that'd be a great
the
buff
changes
to
that are coming to
Fuse.
Fuse are kind of interesting. That
5
he's
seconds to go.
his deploy time on his gadget is a lot faster. So
Attackers are
you know,
moving
from
out to locate a
like
bomb
playing him
and
in
defuse it.
in test server, seems somewhat more viable. I don't know. It's always kind of like a weird pick. I think a lot of people used to say that Fuse could be good at kind of like clearing out a site and like forcing people to run away, because hockey pucks are kind of scary. Like you don't know where it's gonna land, so you kind of just get out of there as quickly as you can.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting that he will be able to deploy his gadget a lot faster. I still almost wish that we would kind of make him a 2-speed in terms of like, I mean, if he brought a shield, right, that he'd be a 1-speed. But if he brings either like any of his guns, that he'd be more viable as a 2-2. But that being said,
I think they should make him like Blitz. And you just have Fuse running in, or maybe they attach like the cluster charges to his shield or something like that. You know, something really obnoxious. Young's actually already used all 3 of his Fuse charges.
he just runs in, he guns, panics, sets the Legion off the board. I was correct. He did bring the LMG. He's just kind of sprinting into sight. He's taken down by Rafael.
He
It
just
looks
doesn't
like
care. He literally... Wait, no, he didn't even detonate it. It's on the wall still. It's on the wall in vents. Wait, what? So what was his plan? To run into vents and detonate at the same time or something? I don't even know. But
I don't think Young even knew at this point.
the Fused LMG entry from Young.
We're seeing some pretty serious gameplay coming out from BDS, but then when you look at the side of EG, it's kind of comical. Necrox just walking in, not really knowing where the player is, taken down by Renshiro. It's
Yeah. Well, I think what happened with the echo charges early, what's interesting is EG's actually winning this round right now. It's actually 2v3. They have loads of control. The only control BDSs have is upstairs, and now it's a 3v1. It's all down to Rafal to try and bring it in. He's going to hop out the front door to see what he can do here, but he's going to get detected while he does it, and Gio's going to take him down, and EG, surprisingly, are actually going to take the round. So, let's wind it back a bit and talk about something that happened in that round that was particularly interesting from EG's side. They had the Fuse, okay? Somehow he won that fight against Panics. I'm not really sure what happened there in Workshop. But then he ran down Metal Hall and he got echoed twice. So I feel like BDS's comms were there. Like, okay, we're playing on the hatch. Okay, he's coming into sight. I'll echo him and then you peek him. And it's like, okay, he gets echoed and he just keeps running. He just kept running into sight. Like, he just doesn't care. And that is the kind of, you know, mentality I think that led EG to winning that round. Just
yeah, I think BDS was caught off guard. I'm almost convinced now that because of the fact that EG was actually able to close out that round, I'm kind of convinced that BDS is almost at the same point that EG is. I just feel like there's almost no way that you can lose that unless you're trolling.
Yeah, I think that I don't know, because like they're running kind of like default strats, I guess. Like EG is not running. I don't know what's going on with EG's side. At least BDS are kind of like running default stuff. Like they were holding upstairs with a mirror and stuff like that. Like that's not really something you do if you're trolling.
10 seconds remaining.
Further forward.
We are going to see the Blitz come out in place of the Fuse. Looks like they're pretty, I believe it's the same exact lineup otherwise. Blitz in place of Fuse. More speed, flash, bam bam shoot. Blitz is pretty powerful if he's in the right hands, so we'll see how Young uses him.
So, let's see how EG choose to play this matchup, but it's going to be Panics already taking Nate off the board, and VK going down very early on. Modek is trying to support the Young shield, pushing all the way up, but without a thinker, it's not going to be easy for him to try an ADS, but it's going to be Mo and Necros both picking up kills of their own. Renshiro are very ready for this push, but Nitro going to go out before. Well, can't really do much there with the wallbang coming out from Renshiro, trying to Shaiko. See if what he can do with here. But Gio trying to make his way through into the bathroom. He has done successfully. He still has all 3 of his X-Carriers to try and deal with this mirror. He's going to be able to do that successfully. Well, not even a minute into the round, and 4 people are dead. Oh my god. Shaiko just sitting in back of workshop, just absolutely unstoppable. Necroc's going to go down to him, and Renchero is going to win it out against Geo. It's all down to Modigga to try and make something work here. Got that G36 in hand, does have the Ashes. Renchero can't quite deal with him very well because of the pre-fire. Oh, he gets him so low HP, but Renchero still wins it. What? With the shotgun? Are you kidding me right now?
That whole round was just... I was sitting here just trying to keep my composure. It was a flurry of trades. I mean, we saw right at the start of the round that Modigga opened the one of the double windows, and then the Blitz just vaults over into the open lobby area. They were just kind of rushing, and numbers for both teams just kept dropping. I think at this point, it's just EG's just trying to see if they can rush and see if it'll pay off.
It's just everyone's dying. It's a slaughter.
It's a flurry of trades. It's actually quite a comical match. I really got to give props to both teams. You can kind of tell that at this point they're both just having fun. Earlier in the day, you know, they had to play super serious to try and make grand finals. They both ultimately fell to the likes of Liquid and TSM. So I think they're just trying to have as much fun as they possibly can. I can't stress that enough. If anybody in this stream is wondering why each team is doing what they're doing, you really just have to take it with a grain of salt, because both teams are probably just mentally checked out of this tournament and kind of want to just get it done and over with and having as much fun as they possibly can. I would love to see like a player cam right now, kind of like how they have for the main stage. I would love to see player cams to see like what the emotions both teams are showing are. Because I guarantee, or I can almost guarantee that the side of EG is all smiles and laughing.
I really thought that RX was going to actually try and spawn peek. He is actually going to do it. Okay, with the pistol, with the red dot. I appreciate it. And Shaiko's going to be spawn peeking as well, but it's going to be Panics. He picks up the first kill of the round. Necroc's already down, but Young is in detention. Panic could be trying to hold down bottom east as he's going to be met with a Young Blitz over here, though. We're trying to play it very, very patiently. Young's looking to smoke it out, actually, to try and give him some cover so Geo can push up the other side. Panic is just, he doesn't want anything to do with any of that stuff. He saw the Blitz, he's like, nah, I'm out of here. I don't want any of that. He's actually going to jump over. Oh, but Young's suspecting it, but he goes down. Oh, my God. Panic's almost with a pistol flick, but Geo takes him down before he can have any more kills. I cannot believe that Panic's just won that fight.
I'm surprised that he actually vaulted over. I'm wondering if he even meant to at that point. But he ends up winning that gunfight on the Blitz, which was looking pretty scary. And like you said, he almost also got that flick onto the Habana with his pistol out. Nonetheless, great shot from Panic to take out the Blitz. 3v4 for EG, a minute 48 left on the clock. Looks like Gio's kind of just using his pellets to distract. He might try to go for a pretty quick rush into Archives here with the breach charge. He's actually in. He's trying to move up, taking shots through the wall, putting shots through the wall as well. He's got control of Archives. His team may push Rafael, taking down Modigga, though, and that's going to be it for Geo.
Yeah, double kill from Rafael coming out from him. It is MVK in a 1v3. Let's see if he can do anything. He's had some pretty good shots this series so far, honestly. He's actually doing quite well for himself, but it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle for him right now to see what he can do. To see the mirror. He does actually still have stuff, but Renchero is just not going to let him use any of it. BDS take round number 4. Great shots from Renchero. Oh my god. I like how RX is just peeking ahead of him as well. It's like everyone's fighting for kills.
This is
kind of surprised
definitely...
as well with Young when he was pushing up. Like, he knows that Panic's probably rotate upstairs. I'm amazed that he didn't continue to just rush, and he was expecting Panics to jump over the balcony.
But still lost the gunfight.
Yeah. I like the Young Blackbird here.
We also see a Ying now. That might actually help for the... Oh, he looks like he's going to 6th off of it.
Bathroom tells defense coming out from BDS, and we'll see exactly how that's going to go down. Interesting they would go here, considering how they went to customs earlier, but that's been EG's only attack win. We'll see how this does work out. A mute from Rafael as well is interesting.
The Mozzie mute combo.
Yeah, but like, is that effective when EG aren't really droning?
No. I don't think BDS really cares. Maybe they're bringing them for the guns. I honestly don't know. I mean, think about it. Mute has pretty solid gun selection. With the addition of the SMG-11 recently, he can bring the shotgun as it's more viable, or he can bring the MP5K. With
Yeah,
the
maybe he normally brings smoke here for the guns, but he can't because smoke is banned.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I almost forgot that smoke was banned.
Yeah, well, just insane, really. Round number 5 getting underway. We'll see how EG work it out. The first time they're bringing Blackbeard this series. We'll see how that does go down. Also, the first time I think MVK's been on Twitch this series. He's normally been on Zofia. I like this, the self-droning Twitch.
Bomb located by attackers.
This is how you're supposed to play Twitch in ranked, so I'm all about it, really.
He's going to be entering, taking some damage from the Kaid. Actually put some damage down himself as well.
Oh, C4 is going to be able to blow up the small office. Panic's just baiting him out with it. He's going to push him up and take him down. NVK is out of it. And now it's a 4v5. That solo entry not working out too well for Nate.
I like the use of the C4 from the Mozzie. He didn't even use it for the kill. He just used it to blow up the wall, cause a small distraction, and then he pushes wide on the Twitch, gets the kill. I'm surprised this Mozzie's been alive for as long as he has, being jackal tracked. Shaiko with a really long shot onto Mo. Now in a 3v3 with a minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. Gonna see Young with the face shield in front of him, gonna protect him from maybe 1 or 2 bullets before it breaks. They have the mirror looking at him though, so he elects to drop the server hatch. Looks like all members of EG. Renshiro just throwing the nitro through the hatch out the window on to Geo.
Oh my god!
Eagle through the ceiling. What is happening? It's a montage reel. I'm surprised we're not seeing a phase matchup right here. Everyone's trying to phase up at this point.
Yeah, they definitely are, but RX is just not going to let Young have his 3rd deagle kill of the match. BDS take round number 5, and they're looking pretty good here on border. It doesn't even really seem like BDS are trolling at all. It seems like they're kind of just running default strats, but they're doing well with it, and they've had some pretty nasty shots so far. I think we're going to see a much more aggressive BDS when we see them come on to attack, though. EG, not looking too good here on border. Round number 6 getting underway. We're going to see a vents, room, and workshop defense coming out for BDS.
Yeah, it's a battle of the peaks right now, and BDS is winning. BDS has all the information they need. EG's kind of just like self-droning, like, it looks kind of clear, maybe I'll push here. They push in, and it's not working too well. Running the same lineup that they elected to bring last round. Actually, I don't think they brought the Ying. So that'll be interesting to see if the Candelas actually come in use. Young has been kind of all over with his operators this game. He went from Fuse to Blitz to Blackbeard, now to Ying.
Well, I'm not sure how I feel about the Ying pick here. Ying used to be really powerful back in the dark era of the Ying Glaz plant meta. We don't talk about that. It was a dark time in Rainbow Six history. It was also a time when like the vitality pushes were so viable, just because you could like really hard execute. But now Ying is nowhere near as powerful. You can't just spam them. You have to hold them down for a little bit if you want to have them go off instantly.
Yeah, it takes time. If you can't spam all 3 and then they just go off immediately. You have to actually hold it down for a couple seconds, then throw it. And then if you wanted to throw another one, you would have to cook that one as well. So Ying definitely received a pretty well balanced nerf in terms of where she used to be.
So we'll see how exactly it is going to go down. NVK returning back onto his Zofia role. Let's see Necrox on the Jackal trying to make his way onto the east stairs and see what exactly the kind of peaks that he can do here. Just about 30 seconds to the round, and surprisingly no one's dead yet, so definitely a different changing pace of how we've seen the other rounds go down.
Shaiko going to be getting Jackal tracked as the Jaeger. You can see Necrox looking for the kill onto the Jackal track, just kind of straight lining him, not really caring. Shaiko actually getting injured now. Not going to be able to finish up the kill, though. maybe gonna get picked up by his teammate. He is. So Shaiko gonna escape with his life, but only 20 HP and cannot be injured again.
Necrox going to be pushing over. Oh, what a shot from Necrox. Great wallbang coming out from the member of EG. Seeing how they can push up. Still got the same mirror coming out from BDS that they did last time. Very hard to deal with, but Young's actually flashing through the floor here. This is definitely interesting. Modega getting his kill as well. Panic's going to go down. And just a flurry of kills coming out into EG's favor. It's going to turn into a 5v2. All down to Renshiro and Rafal to try and bring it in. Renshiro does get traded out. It's all down to Rafal to try and bring this in. He is at the Legion, very low HP. Just prone in sight, and Necrox is just not going to let him have it. EG take round number 6. And they go, he's just testing his crouch key. He wasn't, no. It was a teabagging that would be highly toxic. And a member of EG would never do that.
2-4 half for the side of EG going into defense. This is the same exact thing that we saw last game. BDS had defense first, of course, this game. Whereas the other game, they did not. So we're going to see EG going into their defenses. They're bringing the Frost. Looks like they're going to probably still be running some strats off the fly. I mean, we saw that a lot from them on Consulate. They just kind of ran strats that it looked like, hey, maybe I should throw this reinforcement here. I'll throw a reinforcement here. Interesting thing that we're seeing out of BDS, though, is they're running a Maverick on top of a Habana.
I like this lineup from EG. It's a very interesting lineup.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attack.
Like, the Frost is a decent pick, I think, against BDS, honestly. Like, if we actually want to think about this tactically. And we did say in last map about how, like, a Frost can be really, really good against, like, rushes. BDS kind of play that playstyle, where they're kind of like, you have, like, Shaiko is, like, crouch walking down some random hallway. He's always on that other opportunity. He's always looking for the weakness. And, like, with Frost mats as well, even if Shaiko doesn't get caught out by it, he still has to shoot it to progress through the map. So, it's again that kind of like Capcan trap mentality with the intel.
I like the use of the Frost, actually. It's very, very underrated, but the use of the Frost in terms of holding the CC area, when teams do a heavy CC hold and you throw a Frost mat under the window, it makes it very hard. Like yesterday, remember when we saw, was it EG running the Lion?
Yeah.
And he was constantly jumping into the window and clearing that CC player. If there's a Frost mat under that window, he can't just immediately jump in pre-fire looking to the right. You're gonna have to shoot the Frost mat out from underneath you. And during that whole animation, while you're shooting it out, you're gonna get caught by the guy playing in that position, of course. So we're actually gonna see Young get the pick onto the Maverick fairly early. Shaiko refragging.
Oh my god.
That's the Frost and the Jaeger off the board now. Ash is just in.
Yep, Shaiko is in indeed. He's gonna get Echo Blasted, however. Shaiko should be aware of where that Echo drone is. Necrox is actually bringing the hollow on Echo. We'll see how that goes down. MVK is outside, but he is gonna get a double kill out of it. Panics and Shaiko both off the board. Great for MVK coming out. And the trades should start to come in. Geo shutting down RX is in sight. It's all down to Renshiro to try and bring this in. Very long angle being held by Renshiro here to see what he can do. It's not looking too good for BDS here to try and bring this into a win. And we're only halfway into the round, actually.
Yeah, still plenty of time on the board. It looks like Renshiro's just trying to bait out the 1v1 gunfight. It's kind of like a ranked match. That's kind of what this has been so far. Not too surprising. The only way you really win these is... Oh, it's a beautiful shot onto Geo. Geo just getting snapped and deleted.
I'm telling you, Renshiro is the master of holding angles. If you're beaking him, you're gonna die.
That was just a beautiful shot coming out from Renshiro. Geo just deleted off the map. Renshiro making a pretty smart play, moving up middle, maybe trying to catch them off guard. If he walks into this alibi, he is going to get spotted, though. Ooh. Which he is now going to do. He gets rid of the alibi. They do know his location, though, so he's going to elect to relocate, choose a different push. I mean, this is still very winnable if you're a Renshiro. I mean...
Yeah, no, definitely. A 1v2. Plenty of time still left to go. He doesn't have any flashbangs, though, but he does still have X-Kairos. So, you know, definitely very winnable. He can make his way into triple here with his breach charges and hop in the window at the same time to try and bait out EG with the peaks. takes out the alibi. They're going to know where he is, though. He is going to be pushing into office. Renshiro trying to make it open an angle for himself. I like this tactic from Renshiro. He's going to be pushing out to the other side, using the bearing in his hand. He's expecting a flank soon as well. Renshiro pushing all the way in, but the Echo Drone is going to find him. Renshiro still holding on to Archives, is going to get peeked out, and Necrox is going to take it down. The Holosight MP5 SD coming out from Necrox to take EG's first defense here on border.
I gotta give it to Renshiro. That shot was actually disgusting. I mean, he was holding that angle for quite a while, but like, he looks away towards the window and then just flicks back and deletes Geo off the face of the planet. But not enough to secure the round. They are still leading 4-3, EG trailing by 1. Going to event site now. Pretty standard lineup coming out from EG, but we're going to see the Dokkaebi, the Blackbeard, and the Lion come out on the side of BDS now.
Renshiro back on his classic role of Blackbeard. It's been a while since we've seen Renshiro and Blackbeard, honestly. In pro matches, anyway. Not something that BDS normally run, so I'm interested to see how this does go down. But yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I'm massively against the Dokkaebi Lion combo with the way the BDS pushes. This kind of like drone Shaiko in kind of strategy they've been running the entire DreamHack. It can work out very well for you. If Shaiko has intel, normally he will just win the gunfight straight up. And we have seen a lot of evidence across that, both this series and the matches yesterday as well. What do you think of the lineup from EG side, though?
5 seconds left.
Definitely interesting to see the Ela. I mean, we mentioned it yesterday in the Coastline match between Reciprocity and Rogue, that Ela has some interesting utility. She can... Well, that's an early pick from Panix onto the dock. Not too much utility off the board for EG, but great pick from Panix nonetheless. Yeah. But the Ela
also
does...
the phone outside now that he can hack quite easily.
Yes, agreed. Very, very good point. He can hack those phones, get some intel for his team. That is one underrated mechanic of Dokkaebi in terms of like ranked players, right? So like a lot of viewers and ranked players may not realize that she brings just that much utility.
Oh my god. So many kills coming out ultimately into the favor of EG slightly, but now it's 2v2. Still Lion on the board and still Dokkaebi on the board as well, but Geo gonna be trying to push up into Customs, does win the fight out against RX, takes Lion off the board. I'm expecting some sort of refrag to be coming down, but it's gonna be Young from the top of Metal, saving him from having to extend it too much. Panic's gonna go down and EG take their second defense on border, looking much better on defense.
EG are just running around like maniacs and kind of almost getting away with it. You saw Geo take that it was kind of a long gunfight with the Lion, but he just vaults through the window and finishes off the kill. Geo, 9 and 5, putting up the frags for his team. Young running the same, or Young and Geo, sorry, both running Ela and Alibi again. Ela just brings that interesting utility in terms of her Grismonts. I mean, you can use her Grismonts as plant denial. Like, a lot of teams won't use her that way, but if a team is going for a plant and you throw a Grismont at the planter about halfway through, you can stall. He'll pull off the plant, he'll have to replant, and you can do that about 3 times with Ela's mines. So it can deny plants for a little bit, but most people will just kind of use her mines for information as to when somebody's coming through a doorway or a window.
Well, we'll see how things work out in a Customs defense. Definitely one of the weaker defenses here on border. Definitely one of the off-sites. It's going to be much harder for EG to try and bring in a win here. BDS, surprisingly, not looking here as good here on border than they were on a Consulate.
I think they're getting a bit caught off guard on their attacks as to how aggressive EG is playing. EG's just running around like everywhere on the map, just putting pressure on BDS as they're coming out of their spawn. I mean, you saw NBK try to go for a spawn peek and was instantly deleted by Panic, but you saw a flurry of refrags come out after that.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen quite a lot of pushes go kind of that way as well across this series. where someone enters and there's just so many people stacked up behind each entry that it just goes that way. But Shaiko, talking about entries, is going to get the first kill of the round. Young going to go down very early on there. Ella not going to come into much fruition here, but still has those elements up on the board, still deployed around the map, of course. Mo really, like, I'd be very cautious if I was Mo trying to make this run out right now. And he is going to be cautious like that as well. Looking for the drones as well, trying to deny that intel. BDS still has that intel up. Drone's going to fall off. Mo is just... This is very dangerous position for him to be in right now.
Yeah, especially when his hatches are not open. He's kind of just stuck up there, so he's going to have to run around like a chicken with his head cut off. And kind of just deny as much time as he possibly can. Gio, actually, he almost catches RXWD off guard, but ends up losing that gunfight. That's actually uncharacteristic for Gio.
So now a 3v5. EG not looking too good on this customs defense. Rafale actually going to be going for a plant right now. RX takes out Necrox, all down to Mo and NVK to try and make something happen here. The plant comes down. RX with the triple kill. Be coming down. Oh my god, Mo bringing it back. And it's now a 3v1. The clutch ace into Mo's favor to see if he can bring this in for EG. The plant slowly doing its work. Mo desperate to try and get back into the site here. He's got to face 3 members of BDS if he wants to make this happen. Goes for the pre-fires. Does manage to take down Shaiko as he throws the flashbang. It's all down to Renshiro and RX to make sure he can do something here as the diffuser slowly doing its work. Almost done now. Mo's almost run out of time. He's going to hop in the way in, but RX playing it safe outside. BDS going to take round number 9.
Mo hitting some really good shots on all 3 players, picking up a pretty nice triple kill for himself, but I mean, the players on BDS at that point, the last 2 remaining, are just positioned so they can hold a crossfire on a Mo, and there's really such little time left on the clock for him to get that defuse. It was pretty unwinnable at that point.
I think that's the first plant we've seen go down.
It might be. It might actually be now that you mention it. Both teams definitely playing very frag heavy and just not really worrying too much about the time or the diffuser.
Not particularly about this game, but BK, the coach of DZ, just let everyone know that Nyx normally eats the core of the apple.
Wait, what?
He eats the whole apple. Like, he eats the core as well.
Who does?
Nyx on DZ.
That's weird.
I really want to know what the chat thinks of that. Because I used to be told that's what you're supposed to do, but I never did it myself. I think it's an interesting question. Maybe for another time, though.
I'm just skeeved out. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know people actually did that.
Let's move into round number 10 and see exactly how this is going to go down. EG still looking strong here on border with 2 defense wins under their belts. Let's see if BDS can keep and play up. They really need to win one of these core sites if they want to bring it in. If they can win just one core site, they can just take the whole map here and now.
EG definitely can. We're going to see that Alibi and Frost come out again. Young on the Frost. He was actually able to get a couple of picks on the Frost, I believe, the last time he was playing as her. On this same site. He may look to go for a run out here. The armory door is open.
I'm surprised no one's dead yet, personally.
Usually, it seems like somebody's dead in the first 10 seconds of the round. That's been the story of these 2 games. You see Gio just kind of roaming around, not having a care in the world as Alibi this whole game as well. Her gun is just so strong. It can get you out of so many situations if you're accurate. And, I mean, when you're a player like Gio, you really don't miss.
RX can take down Gio. NVK desperate to try and find some kill here, and Young is ready for the trade. He's just prone right next to him, but NVK is going to win the fight against Shaiko. Now it's going to be a 4v4. Young with that prone angle is going to find a kill of his own. Panics is going to go down very early on. But Raphael able to try and trade it back successfully. And VK still holding on, however, with this Doc ACOG, with the Echo drones to support him. We'll see how that is going to be going down.
Minute 20 left on the clock. Looking pretty good for the side of BDS. Definitely winnable for the side of EG, but not looking very good. They do have their 2 Echo drones, the IQs off the board, so he can use that to deny plant. But NBK actually getting a really nice shot into Renshiro. 2v2 looking much more winnable for the side of EG. He has his Echo drones, as I was just about to say earlier, for the denial.
Yeah, Raphael going to be trying to push up into Fountain to see what he can do here, but not really a huge amount of utility for him to be able to push this out. And he also doesn't have a bearing. He has a PT-29. This is interesting. He's
definitely interesting to see. I mean, that pistol is actually extremely strong. Not a lot of people use it because the Bearing 9 is just such a powerful weapon with a high fire rate, and it really can clinch you out of some really close range battles. But the PT-29 is definitely not something to be messed with in the right hands. It is a really strong pistol.
Necrox moving his Echo drone back into position. See what's going on. Raphael still holding on and still trying to find his entry. Only 15 seconds left to go on the clock. They're desperately going to make his way in. Raphael definitely doing the damage now. If he makes his way into box, he could definitely clutch this out. Necrox and MVK both very low, but so is Raphael. He sees the Echo drone, doesn't get hit by it. The dog pin comes in, but he gets the kill. It's a triple kill for Raphael on the run, but he can't find the Echo. Oh no, he came on the way to Archives, but he was holding onto metal, and Evil Geniuses just barely hold on and take round number 10.
I'm actually sort of surprised that he didn't see the Echo cross when he initially crossed from Armory to the half wall. I thought he saw that Echo come in, but that's actually just super unlucky. I wonder if the Echo player knew that he didn't know that he was there.
Sheesh.
That was pretty wild. Red Shiro almost coming in super clutch for his team there, though, or Raphael.
Okay, so we had some audio issues there on the stream's end, but hopefully things should be fixed now. Everyone should be refreshed. Hopefully we're all good as we get into round number 11. Surprisingly, all tied up at 5-5.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So we'll see how things go down. We are going to be going to a downstairs defense. It's going to be Vents defense coming out from EG. Another one of these core sites, and BDS desperately needs to win of these. Almost a very good win for BDS on the last round, but just unfortunate for Raphael at the end. I think because he got Echo droned as he pushed through, it was kind of just all off. Because when you initially get Echo drone, it kind of pushes you off, right?
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Yes, indeed. We are going to see Young on the pulse this round. That's an early pick onto the Jaeger. Not too much utility off the board. I believe I've said that about 12 times this weekend. But when the Jaeger does get taken off the board that early, it's really not too big of a deal to the defending side as long as his utility has been placed, which I'm sure it has. Early pick, definitely giving slight advantage to the side of BDS.
Activating drone.
Are going to see Necrox make his way into break room and hide behind the refrigerator. Panic's getting a clean up kill onto Young. Young jumping out, I assume, into a Claymore. Can't really tell where that was on the map. Shiko getting another pick onto the Mozzie. That's a lot of Intel and Nitro off the board. It seems like EG's all just running out and dying. The Echo tries to run out Armory and dies. Geo, last man standing for his team, 1v4. If any man can do it, it is Geo, but he is ultimately taken down by Renshiro.
Can make anything
Great
happen.
round for BDS. Yeah,
I
mean,
think they've really learned how EG want to play this, and all you have to do is just sit still and wait for them to push you. BDS, especially like players like Renshiro, we've already mentioned about, just hold angles, and they'll normally win fights. Much more patient play coming out from them is going to put them on match point. But now they're going to have to win that attack yet again. They are going to be ringing the line yet again this time. And we'll see how that does work out for them. But it's kind of hard to tell what actually is happening in these rounds because it's so chaotic and just so many people are dying so quickly.
Yeah, we can't see everything on the map at once, unfortunately. A lot of times we'll be on one POV and then all of a sudden we'll see a flurry of kills come in on the kill feed. I mean, we saw Young die to a Claymore. I assume since he was a Pulse, he tried to jump out a window, maybe, and died to a Claymore. But nonetheless, we are going into what could possibly be our final round of the match, or if EG can hang on, pull it to an overtime, possibly take to a map 3, we will see. Like you said, we are going to see the Lion brought into the lineup. That may help BDS on the side of the aggressive EG. We're seeing them kind of run around and peek everything. The Lion may put them in their tracks a little bit, but we did mention yesterday in our Coastline match between Liquid and G2, I believe it was, with the Vigil, that they were running the Vigil to counter the Lion. We saw Uno running around with Vigil
Yeah,
CRT.
I think that's a good point. I think that's probably one of the most effective uses of Vigil we've seen in recent history, right? Because he's kind of not like that great overall, and I think sometimes it can kind of be very counterintuitive, right? Like if someone drones you and they wouldn't normally have droned you in that spot, they're gonna know you're nearby because your Vigil scanner is active, right? Like sometimes it can actually work against you into the droning, but yeah, like Vigil to counter the Lion, we saw Uno use great effect to that on Coastline. We'll see how the rest of this does go down. Flashbang's already coming down to the bottom of East as Young trying to rotate up and trying to do what he can do here, but it's going to be Shaiko picks up the entry kill here. NVK going to go down instantly, the bandit off the board, and also the Vigil off the board. Well, not just off the board yet. Down but not out. Another line charge going to be going down. That's going to signal another BDS push here. Young still holding down to East Stairs, convinced someone is going to rotate in through towers, but Renshiro and Rafal both holding upstairs. Modig is still injured, but down but not out just yet. Rafal can pick up his freebie, and it's now a 2v4.
Looking pretty grim for the side of EG. You have your Alibi and your Echo, so you don't really have too much utility left. Yes, you have your 2 Echo drones, but if the Echo is caught on his Echo drones, you have Alibi fighting a 1v4 in terms of gunfights. So, looking pretty scary for EG here. The side of BDS still has a lot of utility. As you can see, they're breaching above, kind of putting all of that pressure onto EG. You hear the ADS catching maybe a flashbang or two. And now Necrox left in what's looking like going to be the end of their 3rd place run.
Rafal could be planting the diffuser. Necrox. This is almost impossible for Necrox. And we'll see exactly what he wants to do here. Just shoot his own ADS. It's panicking. It's all getting to him, and Shaiko takes him down. BDS takes round number 12, and they'll take the map and the series 2-0. Looking very good for them. BDS increased their prize pool earnings by $2,000. EG will finish DreamHack Montreal in 4th place. Unfortunate for them, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Interesting though, an EU Challenger League team that only just qualified for Challenger League this season has made it to 3rd place at their first international event.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that this is actually a minor. It is not a major. And I mean, when you look at all of the teams coming into this tournament, you're almost surprised, like, wow, this is not a major. I mean, look, if you looked at all the invited teams, you would have thought it was a major for sure. I mean,
anyway,
the groups were stacked.
I gotta cut you off, Spawn, because we normally do quite a decent roundup and, you know, talk about the match a little bit more. But I think everyone wants to go watch the grand final now between Liquid and Team Solo Mid to see who gets that invitational spot. Let's head over there. I'm gonna host the channel. We're gonna end the stream, and we'll see you over there, guys.